Hi there folks, Coach Jayci here from Home Body Sculpting and Mobility, and I hope that you are doing well considering today's topic. And it's about Mr. T's best friend. That's right, pain. Now, Mr. T's best friend will be visiting us on a regular basis, and there's no escaping it because pain is a part of life. It's the way that the body signals to us that there is a part of your machinery that needs to be addressed. So you've got your vehicle and it's ready, flashing a red light every so often to tell you, look, let's get this part fixed. But if we ignore it, then of course it will get a bit louder and try and distract you even more to let you know how urgent it is. It's as simple as that when it comes to pain. However, with modern medicine, painkillers, then we tend to use that to nullify the signaling, and then the actual cause of the problem starts to accumulate to something we cannot manage. So we've lost our kind of common sense when it comes to managing pain because of painkillers, and I'm not against painkillers, but we need to get back to Pain Management 101, which is the point of this video. Now, there are generally two reasons why we have pain in the body. One is to do with trauma. So it's an instant impact or stress on the body. Maybe you fell off your bike, you dropped something on your toes, you collided with somebody, you lifted something the wrong way, and you feel that ouching sensation. And then you drop whatever you're doing and you attend to it. And we know exactly where that pain is located, so we deal with it directly. Now, how would you deal with it? Remember back in the days, your mother used to give you a little bit of a rub on that point, and maybe that little bit of love and compassion will cause the pain to ease. It is a placebo effect, but it does really work. And then we've also got like the ice packs, which is the most common one. You see this on a sports field or playground. Again, sometimes it does reduce the swelling and the inflammation. However, it also can have a placebo effect. You do deal with children who just have the smallest little crisis, give them an ice pack and they're back on climbing trees as if it never happened. Failing all that, we've got our anti-inflammatories and our painkillers. Now, painkillers may actually nullify the signal or reduce the signal. Now, if this continues, we can deal with the actual impact itself, the stress of the trauma itself, and that is where we may have surgery and deal with it quite invasively. Now, the other reason why we might incur pain in the body is to do with functional issues. Now, when I work with my children in my football team, I will say to them, let the machine do the work, not the components. Fortunately, those children are only 7 and 8 years old, so they have no idea what on earth I'm talking about, but you probably get the gist. When it comes to the body, it's not just the component that causes the injury, it is the whole integrity of your body, or particularly that joint. Now, here is an example I'm going to use. It's a contraction that I put together, and it may not be the best way of demonstrating it, but if you think there's a better way of demonstrating it, what I suggest you do is you like, subscribe, maybe support me on Patreon, and I'll probably get better equipment to show you. Right, so here we go. Right, so this, imagine this is actually the joint here, and on that joint we've got what we call agonistic muscles. This is the one that you see, the dominant moving muscle, and this is the supporting muscle, which actually decelerates and pulls it back into its original place. So I've got my arm here, the bicep, which is the agonistic muscle, and then we've got the antagonistic muscle below here. Now, we know we get a lot of attention by this getting bigger. All right, so we pump it and we pump it, or we work it, or we don't work it at all. Either way, it causes an imbalance with this muscle here, which is being totally neglected. So for example, if I overuse this one, it may just get shortened, and this one gets lengthened, but it's not strengthened. All right, or if we don't use it at all, so we've got our hip flexors, which we seldom use, but we sit down all the time, and it just gets shortened. And as that gets shortened, that gets lengthened. And this is the reason why we get that stress and that inflammation in the joints there, but really in the muscles. A really good example is, let's say that this is my spinal column, and at the top of my spinal column, I have my head. The head is out of place, so it's now causing the stress on the back muscles here because it's having to deal with bearing that weight of the head where it shouldn't really be doing that. It should be here right above the spinal column and causing a balance there. So when we go to the gym, what do? Do we try to get one muscle to look so much bigger and not deal with the agonistic muscles so we look good and impress people on the beach? Or do we work on the whole integrity of the body so it moves efficiently? And that's what home body sculpting and mobility is all about. It's making sure that your body functions properly. So if you want to learn a little bit more about functional strength so that you feel great within the body, as well as look good and enjoy moving, you know what you need to do. Hit me up on bsnm.org. Maybe you can join my programs where you get 14 days free of charge, and then you can have access to any one of my programs whatsoever and me, so I can speak to you online if you have any issues. And together we'll try and find out how we can get the body to reduce the pain by addressing the cause of it rather than the actual pain itself. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope to see you in the next video post. Bye.